Hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman, and welcome back for more Let's Play Metroid Prime. Last time, we started exploring Talon 4 and came to Chozo Ruins. We also found our missiles and our morph ball. Things are starting to look up a little bit more. In this part, we made our way to a new part of Chozo Ruins here, where we have some kind of annoying enemies here. Ooh, that's actually a medium missile there. Yeah, this one replenishes 5 pieces of ammo there. There is a large variant of missile expansion, I believe. It's kind of on the rarer side, I think, but I'll point out that if we ever see it. So, yeah, we'll just kind of keep that in mind for the time being. These enemies here, these are Shriek Bats. Pretty easy, but kind of annoying enemies. If they're on the ceiling, they can die in one hit. It's best to kind of take them out from afar. There is a missile here, which is very, very nice. Always can do with more of those. Shriek Bats, they kind of just dash at you, but they're not like the most deadly enemies in the world. They can hurt a little bit if you let them, but yeah. This room here, there's a mechanism that requires scanning 4 symbols here. And I believe one of them is over this way here. You didn't really see it, but it's just kind of on the floor there. These are new enemies here. Reaper Vines. Basically, they'll try and swipe you if you get close here. You can stun them, but you can't kill them, which is a good thing to keep in mind here. This is the thing you need the symbols activated for. Reaper Vines also don't stay stunned for too long, so keep that in mind. If you take one out and then wait a second, don't think you can just make jumps over on the side like that. And there is a 5th symbol that is just right there. And check it out! We got more Chozo lore. Disaster struck suddenly. We had a vague, dark foreboding, and it became truth. A meteor appeared from nowhere, casting a dark shadow of debris over the land with the violence of its impact. Its destructive force spent. The fallen star burned out itself rapidly, and the incident should have faded into memory. The meteor brought with it corruption. A great poison burst forth from the land. A strange energy that clawed natural life with ferocity. That strange negative energy emitted from the meteor and expanded to encompass Talon 4 in a night, as a spider weaves a web. Interesting. We also get our charge beam. Very, very, very nice. Charge beam acquired. And this is a fitting time to talk about this, because we do have another new enemy that I was passing up a couple of times here. These guys are pretty basic. They just shoot this laser up and down. They never really aim it at you or anything like that. Ion is their name. You can kill them with the charge beam. You only stun them if you shoot them with anything else there. Not difficult enemies at all, really. There's nothing, like, remotely taxing about them, so yeah. And like I said, we also have the ability to draw our items in from afar again, which is very, very nice. I'm surprised those Shriek Bats never respawned. And yeah, let's continue on through this nice big open room here. Shriek Bats here. That's kind of what their dash looks like. I don't know if I showed their dash off before or not. Some more Shriek Bats here. And kill these guys. There are actually some more Shriek Bats up above here. You can get a good number of collectibles there if you just use the charge beam from a distance. If you know where, like, stuff is, it's often nice to just be tactical about certain things. And you can jump over that, and continue on. This is about as far as I played when practicing the other day, too, so this stuff is slightly less fresh, but still very fresh in my mind here. Some more of these Ion enemies here. Again, they're always situated in places where they're not that hard to avoid. We have more Shriek Bats. See what I mean by Shriek Bats? You don't have too much, like, problems with those things most of the time. Oh, that was a medium energy there. We've seen one of those already. It just restores 20 HP. I don't think I need to get the scan totally right now, but, yeah. Anyways. In this room. We got yet another mini-boss here. This is the incinerator drone here. One-time scan, get this now because you never get another chance to get it. It shoots fire in a rotating fashion here. Sometimes the fire jets up a little bit, but it doesn't really make any difference here. It exposes that, shoot it with a charge shot. It will incinerate this hive, which causes these things to attack here. Barbed War Wasp, airborne insect with the ability to launch stinger at prey. Highly aggressive member of the wasp family, this insect can propel the tip of the stinger up to 20 meters. Stinger tip regrows sections after launch, contains acidic compound designed to pre-digest prey here. These things, you only fight this one time. Get the scan now while you can here. Yeah, I don't think barbed war wasps are really that different or that aggressive from the ram war wasps. It's just interesting that both these mini bosses here have a special variant of war wasp that only appears this one time. It is a little bit strange. I don't quite get it, but it is something you'll want to keep in mind. So, yeah. And I think one more phase should do it for this. This fight's honestly less annoying than the Hive Mecha is also, but yep, there we go. And we'll never see that thing or those enemies ever again. For killing him, though, he drops the bombs. I don't believe scanning those items accounts for, like, your scans, because they go in your, like, upgrades screen instead. I don't believe they count for, like, a separate scan log. So yeah, the bombs. You can move around, you can use the thing to lay bombs there, you can do bomb jumps. And in the Prime Trilogy, they actually added something. If you flick the Wiimote up, you can do a bounce. That was something that they added in Prime 3, and they added it back into Metroid Prime 1 and 2 in the Trilogy. So, yeah, very, very, very cool new feature. You can get a missile expansion here. There's the red energy. There's the large missile ammunition. So we've seen all the variants of, well, not all, but we've seen all the variants of missiles, and we've seen most of them for health. So that's very, very nice. Now then, we will be continuing on here, and heading up this way. This enemy here is known as a Stone Toad. I will not be worried about the scan for right now because we do get chances to get them later. It's not a one-time enemy at all here. It's pretty simple. All it is just an enemy that eats you here. And this part kind of starts a bit of a time puzzle here. You'll want to activate some of these bomb puzzles here. I'd say this was made easier in the Wii version just for having access to the being able to jump in the morph ball. That's definitely something that helps a lot there. You are on a timer, but it is a pretty generous one. It's not like it's that difficult. And if you head over this way, that is it for that there. Pretty simple puzzle room, all things considered. You will need to do this eventually, but it's not a huge concern right now. I think that door might have been a scan for the time being, but it's not really one that I'm worried about right now. It's basically just a shutter door where you can't go through a door unless something happens. Like, usually it's more in, like, an engaging firefight or something. Anyways, let's head through here. We cannot do a thing here. this Morph Ball, this I guess would be a decent time to mention this. Metroid Prime has kind of a devout speedrunning community. There's an energy tank here in a pretty isolated area here, which is kind of cool. I do like the look of this room here. You don't really see a whole lot of rooms like that in this game, actually, but yeah, pretty easy energy tank to get. You can sequence break this in the GameCube version, but I don't believe it's possible in the Wii version. As you see here, this thing is a little bit shaky when you're rubbing up against it. Yeah, it's actually possible to walk up that in the GameCube version, believe it or not. It's kind of a weird trick you can do in that, but yeah, the PAL version kind of fixed a lot of the speedrunning tricks, which, I'll be honest, I don't mind in the sense that I like playing games kind of how they were originally intended, but I actually know a fair number of people who don't like the PAL version of this game and thus don't like Prime Trilogy because of a lot of the changes that were made, but I don't really care. You're never going to get me into say bad things about this game. Anyways, believe it or not now, this is going to be kind of a strange segue here. We got a lot more we can do right now. A lot more. We can actually go back through most of the earlier parts of Chozo Ruins that we were in last video and get a lot of things we missed. So, I don't see any reason not to. So let's cut away here to various rooms here because there's a lot we can get now that we have bombs. Okay, back over this way to where we once got the charge beam. There is a bomb wall here. And I don't know why you need a missile door through here, but oh well. This area is actually kind of infamous in my old Let's Play because I actually missed a collectible in this room. There is a missile over here, which we can get right now. There is another one up at the top of this area here. I don't even think I can see the top of this here. The camera's not letting me pan all the way up there, but oh, yeah, I can. There is a missile at the very top of that there. Yeah, I missed that in my old Let's Play of the game, which is, well, did not mean to bump that there. It's kind of, like, funny yet, like, something I'm not really ashamed to admit, but yeah, I did miss that when I first Let's Played this game. I went back for it at the end of the game, but, like, it was, like, the one thing I missed during, not this collection backtrack, but one of the other ones that I did. This game has about what I would like to call 3 collection backtracks, and believe it or not, this one is kind of the first one of that, where we have a bunch of new items and we can get a bunch of stuff in old areas. There's only about 3 really that I can think of in this game, and I think this is one of the only ones that I can genuinely, like, there's like 2 others. So, the fact that this one's at the very beginning of the game, I really don't mind that, but yeah. Okay, in the room where we fought the plated beetle, I'm trying to be very careful here. Okay, no. These beetles will respawn. I actually recommend taking some of these guys out here right now because they can actually go in that morph ball hole there that we just blew open. And they can kind of be nuisances if they get behind there, so I do not really recommend having those guys around when you're trying to go through that way, but yep, there is indeed a missile. Alright, in this room here, I did mention this before, you can kill, or I might have done it but not mentioned it, you can actually kill these war wasps hives with missiles here, but there is a little bit of a track to the side here, which we can head through. And if we head up and around here, you have to blow that bottom one out here first before you can go through here. And there is indeed a missile that way. I should mention the path with the Hive Mecha on it. This has by far the most stuff we can get, though, out of any pathway here. This room, I was slow to take out the Hive there. We have a Morph Ball tunnel here, which we can now go in here. That gives us a missile expansion. And in this room here, where we got the energy tank after Hive Mecha, there is a new area we can go to. Very, very, very nice. Very, very nice. If we head through this way here, we're actually at another elevator room, which I will probably not be using here, but we have access to Magmore Caverns. I'll be going through this way, another pathway in the near future, probably even later in this video actually, so I'll mention that whenever we get through there, but yeah. If not this video, then definitely in the next one, but yeah. Anyways, through this way here, check it out, we have another missile. I want to point out this will bring our total up to 45. There's 250 in the game total, so we get stuff at such a brisk pace here. You can break things here. You normally would get these by doing a what the game would call a double bomb jump. You can also do a jump and then, if I time it better, yeah. There is what you can do, what they call a triple bomb jump, which is, I did that wrong. I'm doing this wrong here. Yeah, you basically do like a bomb jump like that, except it actually works. It's not really useful in the game's thing, because it is kind of more of a speedrunner's like trick, but yep, we do have a missile, and we have some more Chozo lore here. The future is a vague thing, ever-changing and always in doubt. Even if we Chozo could gain the ability to foresee the future, it'd be a hollow gift, for we can never hope to control what is yet to occur. The fountain is an example of this. The day we may come when the water dries up. There's nothing we could do to stop such tragedy. But we know this. Unlike uncertain flow of water, the power of our will is strong and enduring. The will of the Chozo will never run dry. Deep shit, man. This room here, just some more beetles, nothing too dramatic. And if you notice, this loops back to a room we were in before. I wonder where this could be. Energy tank, hello there. That's pretty much it for the backtracking stuff here. I'm gonna meet you guys in the room called the Arboretum. It's that big green room just before the save room. But I will go save first, just as a heads up of that. So I'll meet you guys in the Arboretum on the other side. Alright, back here we are freshly and saved. We have a slightly new reskin of an enemy here. Or it just would not count that. These are basically the poison versions of those tangle weeds there. We do have more ruin scanning here. I believe that's the lowest one there that we gotta worry about. Okay. There's 4 more of these here. We gotta climb all the way up here. We're gonna be dealing with some more war wasp hives here, so I recommend kind of taking those out from a distance so you don't feel annoyed by those. Be careful here, because you can still fall out of the side of this area here, and it does kind of suck when that happens. If you don't kill that war wasp hive, this is where you get ambushed. And there's another one just over here, yeah. I like taking those things out just so you don't have to deal with this kind of garbo here. Yep, venom weed here. Basically just a stronger version of the weeds that actually can damage you. That's pretty much all you need to know about that. And the last of the ruins here, I think, is just, yep, right there. And long cutscene of a door that's right in front of us opening up here. It is possible to skip that door by doing what I was showing earlier with a triple bomb jump, but it's kind of on the annoying side. I would not recommend it. Just stick to the normal thing. I have another missile door here, and... if we head up this way here, we get a big missile thing, and more missiles. And get ready for a boss fight. This is Flaagra, the main boss of Chozo Ruins. Yep, we're pretty much already done with this area already. Flaagra here, 2 missable scans. Flaagra herself, this mutant plant is the source of toxic water in the ruins. Growth cycle has rapidly accelerated. As a result, it requires near constant exposure to solar energy to remain active. Exposure has made Flaagra's outer shell thick and durable, its lower root system unprotected and vulnerable, however. Exploit this flaw when possible. Concentrated weapon fire can daze it for short periods. And these things here, the Flaagra tentacles, I believe that's also a scan that you have to get here. For this here, you'll want to destroy, or flip up the sun thing so Flaagra doesn't have protection here. And then the vines will go into the bomb slot there, and that's that. This is a pretty strange fight. It's not really damage-based, it's more just phase-based more than anything, and not a whole lot of boss fights in this game are that way. If Flaagra's not stunned, it will... it can and will flip these, sun mirrors up on its side if you're not careful. That thing's stunned there. I recommend using missiles or charge shots on these sun pillars here, because that will turn them over in one hit there. I love the little animation of the things just kind of jutting into the thing. They're like, okay. Yeah, okay, that was it. They're doing what I thought I was going to do and switching the mirror there. This is actually kind of a bad layout for me right now, because now I have to go all the way around here. You're totally going to flip that mirror back a bit. No, actually, you're not. I don't know why you didn't do that, but you didn't. Okay, I won't complain about that, but that's very strange that you wouldn't do that. Time for the last one here. This phase can be a little bit trickier, because Flaagra... yeah, Flaagra likes to do shit like that a lot of the time. No. I'm not attacking that sort of vulnerable spot there, but it was okay because it's an idiot. Again, make sure you have these scans before you do this, because they're going to be gone forever if you don't. Head in the bomb slot there, and that's all Flaagra wrote. That is all Flaagra wrote. I don't know how anyone could write anything with those giant scythe hands, but whatever. You're not coming back from that one, and the water will be clean as a result. I don't think there's any other scans we can get with that. Check out what we got. The Varia suit. Very nice. I know this was kind of a longer one, but we didn't really have a whole lot left of Chozo Ruins. It felt fitting just to kind of cap it off with a slightly longer than normal episode, but I don't really mind here, because now we're back to being decked out full-on Samus at this point. Big shoulders in hand, the Various suit is acquired. Dangerous areas of heat are now accessible. You can access just information, like data and additional information on that. Flaagra is not too hard of a boss. Can be a little annoying at times, but not too bad. Just remember you have missiles if you need to do a lot of damage very fast. And yeah, if you break these boxes here, one new scan log, which is an Ultra Energy. Replenishes 100 energy. New enemy here that I'll go over way later on, because he's a pretty common enemy. Anyways, jump down! No fall damage, thankfully. And check out where we're back to. The elevator to Magmoor Caverns. If we head down said elevator into Magmoor Caverns, our first new enemy is not new at all. It's a Shriekbat, of course. Of course, it's always a Shriekbat. But no, I wanted to come down here because, if I can even see here, there is a save room. That's gonna do it for this pretty lengthy episode of Metroid Prime. Thank you all for watching. Join me back next time, where we'll go through Magmoor Caverns. I will see you guys for that then. Peace out.